Pre-workout, probably one of the hottest products in the last 10 to 15 years in the sports supplement industry. There's so many different versions of pre-workouts. I remember one of the first ones I saw was a product called Swole. And they used to be actually a lot more functional back in the day when they first came out. There was heavy doses of good functional ingredients. And somewhere along the line, they got dosed with actually amphetamines, really high doses of caffeine, like unsafe levels. And there was a bit of a shift in the pre-workout product market, which was, look, young guys love it. They love that buzz and that rush and the gritting of the teeth, and it's helping them to lift. But the actual long-term health risks from using those products far outweighs the benefits that you're getting for a 1 hour gym session to lift a little bit more.
Exactly.
So what should people be looking for in a pre-workout product? Obviously you want a little bit of a stimulant, but we should be looking for some good functional ingredients as well, right?
Exactly.
It's not all about caffeine.
Yeah. So, some of these pre-workouts in the past used to contain all kinds of things in them, like you mentioned amphetamines, but in the past, especially, some of these foreign brands, they used to have proprietary blends. So the first thing you should look out for on a protein is proprietary blends.
On a pre-workout.
Sorry.
Yeah, so if it's got a proprietary blend, what that means is they'll list all the ingredients on the back, but they won't actually show the exact amount of each ingredient. They might just give a total at the bottom. So you never know how much of each ingredient you're getting. So it could be just dosed with the cheapest ingredient on that list that makes up the majority of the total grammage, and then there's a sprinkle of everything else, not an actual good dose of it.
Yeah.
So,
and there used to be these other hidden ingredients on there. So like something called Geranium Extract.
Yeah. So nearly every pre-workout, that was a while ago now, probably 10 years ago, had this ingredient in it.
Yeah. So what it actually was something called 1,3-dimethylamine, and it was a crazy stimulant that got people going and actually caused a few heart failures and actually caused a few deaths in America.
It did, and I think the thing that brought it to light was there was a few deaths of some U.S. Army.
Yeah, exactly.
And it brought it to the forefront of, I think sports supplements seem to fly under the radar a lot, and as soon as you get a few deaths, and especially to like people that are representing the country, like in the Army or the Navy or whatever, that's when people start to take notice.
Yeah.
So what happened is basically...
Well, a lot of these manufacturers got shut down. There's still plenty of pre-workouts out there with proprietary blends. A lot of them do put these crazy things like amphetamines in there because, the thing about a pre-workout is it works straight away. You can feel it working.
And that's not necessarily the gauge to a good pre-workout.
No.
So just because you feel it working and you're getting this intense sort of focus, and that doesn't mean that it's actually benefiting you. You're just getting this big stimulant hit. And then that can cause a huge crash after your workout as well.
Exactly. So the thing about our pre-workout is, we've got no proprietary blend. We list the quantity of every single ingredient on there. It's formulated specifically for sports performance and training at the gym. You can feel it work straight away. So, there's no amphetamines and things in there. It's caffeine, it's amino acids, it's all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the core ingredients in a pre-workout that we should be looking for?
Yeah, so you can basically think about it as 3 categories of ingredients within a pre-workout. So stimulant.
Mm-hmm.
Some pre-workouts don't have a stimulant, but, the most common is caffeine.
Yes.
The most extreme is amphetamine.
Yep. So a good dose of caffeine. What's a good dose of caffeine? Because I've seen them range anywhere from 80 to 100 milligrams, a cup of coffee, a strong cup of coffee, through to, I've seen 400 milligrams in some products, which is the equivalent to what? 6 to 8 cups of coffee?
Well, a typical cup of coffee is about 60 to 80 milligrams. So,
there you go.
Yeah, 5 to 6 cups of coffee.
Yeah, crazy.
It's a lot. And a Red Bull is also about 80 milligrams.
Yep.
Just to put that into perspective.
Yeah, so it's the equivalent of potentially drinking sort of 4 to 6 Red Bulls all at once.
Pretty much. So, the thing about our pre-workout is before we launched it, we did an extensive toxicology risk assessment.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the formulation scientifically evaluated and, to evaluate every single ingredient in there and the interaction with each other and to make sure it's safe before we released it out into the wild.